Gina, the Get a Life simulation may sound a lot like the popular board game called Life, but this version of the game is designed to teach students a very real lesson about the basics of creating and sticking to a budget without the real-world consequences. Since Treasurer Perdue first introduced it in West Virginia schools, hundreds of middle school students around the state have participated in Get a Life. In fact, for one Kanawha County middle school, the program has become something like a rite of passage for all 8th grade students.
Well, it's going to be expensive when you start life all by yourself, when mommy and daddy's not going to be there to help you out.
These wise words come from an 8th grade student at Elkview Middle School in Kanawha County. She's learning what it's like to provide for a family on a limited budget.
Children need to learn at the youngest age possible what it means to be responsible and an adult and be able to take care of the basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter.
These students are learning that lesson through a budget simulation called Get a Life.
You get to buy a car and a house, but the groceries are pretty expensive if you have a lot of kids.
Elkview Middle School was one of the first schools in West Virginia to introduce students to the game, and it has become an annual event 8th grade students have come to expect and anticipate.
It's part of our program now. When you come to 8th grade here, you know you're going to do this program. That's part of 8th grade.
They hear from their brothers and sisters that the year before, they know the 8th graders did it the year before, and they do look forward to it.
To play the game, students start with basic information, like the size of their family and a monthly income.
I have a husband and I have 2 children, and then he has 2 children, so I have 4 children.
I have 2 kids and a wife, and my wife's laid off.
I only have 2 people in my family, like marriage and everything. I don't have any kids, and we both provide, so that's good.
Students then have to purchase the basic necessities to fit their family's needs.
I have a family of 5, so I have 3 kids, a husband. So I had to get a car that could carry 5 people, a house with at least 3 bedrooms. And like the more people you have, the more expensive it is. And it just, you only have so much money you can have a month. So you're like, okay, gotta budget this.
For many students, the lesson is just as much about learning what true necessities are.
I'm never growing up. Groceries are a lot.
The fridge and stuff, you have to have those, electricity and stuff like that.
Not to mention those unexpected expenses.
So you need to pay $365 to repair your car. Thank you for visiting the Green Reaper.
But even in a game, kids don't always make the best decisions.
Bankruptcy for them today is easy, but hopefully they'll learn from this that, oh my goodness, I need to be frugal. I need to, particularly starting out, and I need to I think one of the biggest lessons too is education is vitally important.
And I went bankrupt once, but now I got a good job, and it's pretty fun.
Dylan Farrell is talking about the second half of the simulation, where students get to trade in their basic profile for an upgrade where they've attended college or received additional training, which in turn means a higher paying job. Then they get to go through the game again and see how that changes their decisions.
They don't have to struggle as much with things that they know they really have to have, which they have not thought about, like insurance and groceries.
It helps you know that you need an education when you grow up, and that you need to have a good education so you can actually get your bills paid and your groceries.
Principal Rick Messenger believes this age is the perfect time to introduce students to basic finances and the idea of planning ahead for their education.
It's a transition time. They're starting to put together their 5-year plan. They're starting 8th grade to look at what they're going to do.
As for the students, they're learning and having fun.
Hopefully a little bit of experience, be prepared for after high school and college, to just not be like, oh my gosh, this is going to be overwhelming, how am I going to do this? I have to stay with my mom and dad for the rest of my life.
It's such an engaging experience that they want to do this more and more and more.
It's fun, and it'd be nice for other schools to do it too.
The Get a Life simulation is a great tool for teaching financial responsibility to students before they learn them the hard way in the real world. If you are interested in learning more about Get a Life or other financial education programs from the State Treasurer's Office, email us at financialedprograms@wvsto.com. Reporting for Treasury Notes, I'm Kim Ward.